Get ready for an unforgettable experience. The thunderous roar of engines, the sharp crack of timber, and the breathtaking sight of massive trees crashing down in seconds. This video takes logging to a whole new level. Don't miss it.
At 30 feet up, with a Johnsard 2095 chainsaw in hand, he pulled off an impressive tree felling performance. Everything stayed under control. Wasn't that a sight to see? With a professional chainsaw in hand, this guy took down a massive 90-foot tree with ease. Everything went perfectly, don't you think? Her passion for work is truly inspiring, a perfect example of the beauty of labor. If only my old lady had the same energy. Haha, impressed? The Hurdle 150 HP saw devours a 6-foot log in 30 seconds, turning raw wood into perfect square blocks. Guess its daily tonnage? The Piltmaster Evo 36, 30 HP, automatically cuts and splits a 20-inch log in just 5 seconds. I couldn't even finish a sip of water. Would you want this beast? Toyota SAS 35, 60 hydrogen phosphide, flips a 3.5 ton, 4-foot log like it's a pancake. Looks easy, but do you dare? Wow, the Kalino Adelux 2430 HP cuts and splits 40-inch logs into small firewood. Can you guess how long it will take to cut 5 tons of wood? Kalino Adelux 2450 HP, splits 16-inch logs in just seconds. This speed is incredible. Want to see it in action? The LKT81 Turbo Tractor, 120 HP. Hauls 2 tons of 40-foot logs down a 500-meter slippery slope. High tension. Will the driver make it safely? With just a Husqvarna 560 XP, 4.7 HP. He effortlessly separates a 20-inch, 60-foot log from its massive uprooted base, like slicing butter. Incredible, right? Rushing waters, slippery rocks, but the 600 HP truck hauling 40 tons of logs plunges in boldly. Thankfully, it made it out in one piece. The ultimate chainsaw showdown is on. Husqvarna 592 7.6 HP versus Stihl MS 661 7.2 HP. Both tearing into a 20-inch log. Which one crosses the finish line first? The Stihl MS 661 7.2 HP devours a 24-inch log in just 21 seconds. Blazing fast, seriously powerful, ready to own this beast? The 300 HP tractor hauls 20 tons of timber through the muddy forest road. Swaying like it's dancing with the mud. Definitely not an easy ride for the driver. The Logset 5 FGT 204 HP is lifting 9-foot logs onto the bed. The grapple seems to be struggling with this big boy. Do you dare to test your skills? In the freezing -15 degrees Celsius cold, the MF65 tractor, 6.5 HP, struggles to haul 3 tons of 15-foot firewood on a slick, Snowy road. Will it have the grip to reach the finish safely? The 6-7 HP saw is slicing through a massive 20-foot, 35-inch mahogany log, producing razor-sharp planks. Does this powerhouse impress you? Oh no. A 350 HP truck hauling 30 tons of wood is stuck in the mud. Now relying on a tractor for rescue. A costly lesson for the driver, don't you think? The Tempest. Sliver V splitter with 60 kilonewtons force shreds a 15-inch log like slicing cheese. So satisfying, would you want to try it?